Hey everyone, Professor Baldwin here. Lately I've been getting the question about solving systems of equations with substitution. Remember that substitution means substituting one of your equations into the other equation. And the way you do that is you solve one equation for a variable. And it doesn't matter which variable you solve for, you just solve for one. So you want to look at the two equations and figure out which one is going to be the easiest to solve for a variable. And ideally, it's where you have a variable that doesn't have a coefficient. So if you look at our two equations here, the very first equation, the x is by itself. So that's the ideal equation and variable, x, that we should solve for and then substitute into the other equation. So we're going to take our first equation, x minus 5y equals 26, and we're going to solve it for x. And to do that, we add 5y to both sides. So we have x equals 5y plus 26. So now that we know what x is this 5y plus 26, we're going to substitute it into the second equation for that x. So our second equation becomes 2 times x, which we now know is 5y plus 26, plus the 6y equals negative 12. Now, notice this equation only has the variable y, so we can solve this and find out what the y value is. So first we need to distribute the 2, which gives us 10y plus 52 plus 6y equals negative 12. Combine our like terms, 10y and 6y gives us 16y plus 52 equals negative 12. We're going to subtract 52 from both sides. So we have 16y equals negative 64. And to continue solving for y, we need to divide by 16. So y equals negative 4. So I'm going to write that on the side. We know we're solving for an ordered pair. X is our first value, y is our second, so we know our second value is negative 4. So now we need to find our x value. And the way you do that is you take your y and you go back to your original equations and you substitute it in and solve for x. Well, here, the first equation is going to be the best choice because, again, x is by itself. Now remember to always use one of these two original equations. You never want to use one that you've altered because you could have done something wrong. So use one of the originals and then get your solution. So we're going to use the x minus 5y equals 26. And we know that y is negative 4. So we substitute that in for our y. Now we only have the variable x left. So when we solve this, we'll know what x is. So x, negative 5 times negative 4 is plus 20 equals 26. Now subtract 20 from both sides, and we see that x is 6. So we know that x is 6 and y is negative 4. That's the solution to this system of equations using substitution. Now, I'm not going to go through the check, but it's always a great idea to check this answer. So to check the point 6, negative 4, you're going to plug it back into those two original equations and verify that you get a true statement. Then you know that your answer is correct and you're going to get it right on the homework or the test.